Alright, guys, it is Wednesday, November 18th, 2020 at 10 p.m. Alright, let's take a look at these headlines. We have New York City schools closing at least through Thanksgiving weekend over rising COVID-19 rates. The 300,000 students who opted for in-person city schooling this year will stay home on Thursday through at least Thanksgiving holidays, as mounting COVID-19 rates led Mayor de Blasio to shut school buildings. The city announcement around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, 5 hours after de Blasio was told to have held a news conference on the issue, angered parents who must now scramble to find alternate plans for their children's care and schooling at least until November 30th. So New York City shutting down the schools. Alright, next. Coronavirus cases in Texas are soaring again, but this time Governor Greg Abbott says no lockdown is coming. The last time case numbers were this high, Abbott closed bars and urged Texans to avoid summer holiday gatherings. This time, he's staying the course, relying on a 2-month-old blueprint to claw back reopenings regionally based on hospitalizations. So he's keeping Texas open. Alright, next, Kentucky. To shut down indoor dining amid new restrictions, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear on Wednesday announced a new set of coronavirus restrictions that are set to go into effect later this week as the state battles the increase of cases. Beshear said that bars and restaurants will be closed for indoor dining starting at 5 p.m. Friday, adding they will be allowed to provide delivery and carry out as well as offer outdoor dining. Indoor social gatherings will be limited to 2 households or up to 8 people. Indoor events such as weddings and funerals will be limited to no more than 25 people per room, with the exception of worship services. Gym, fitness centers, and pools will be allowed to operate at a 33% capacity under the guidelines outlined Wednesday, with masks required. Group classes are prohibited. In addition, professional services and off-base businesses are encouraged to close to the public and should only have 33% of their employees in building if they have to open, Beshear said. The restrictions are stated to stay in place through December 13th, and that's for Kentucky. Alright, guys. Next, Guns N' Roses announced the first stadium tour since COVID-19 shut down concerts. So, seminal hard rock act Guns N' Roses announced on Wednesday that it called the first stadium tour since the advent of COVID-19. The group has scheduled 8 dates in November 2021 in Australia and New Zealand. The list below with founding members Axl Rose, Slash, and Duff McKagan. The group's official website also said it has rescheduled 13 dates in North America and 8 in Europe for the summer of 2021. North America's stops include Milwaukee, Washington, D.C., Minneapolis, Indianapolis, Detroit, Toronto, Boston, East Rutherford, Fargo, Missoula, Denver, and the band's hometown of Los Angeles on August 19th at Bank of America Stadium. They were supposed to be the first rock act to inaugurate LA's new $5 billion SoFi Stadium last August, but the gig was cancelled due to the pandemic. Pre-sale tickets for the band's Australia I just scrolled a little bit, excuse me. Pre-sale tickets for the band's Australia and New Zealand dates are available on the group's website now, while tickets for some of the rescheduled US dates can be found on Ticketmaster. Alright, guys. Next. Ohio House passes bill preventing shutdown of businesses due to the pandemic. The bill now goes onto the Senate for a vote. Governor DeWine said he absolutely would veto it. The Ohio House of Representatives voted to pass legislation that would prevent Governor DeWine and the Ohio Department of Health from shutting down businesses due to the COVID-19 pandemic. HB 621 passed with a vote of 75 to 11. The bill states that a business can continue to operate if it complies with safety precautions that are permitted to continue operation. So that's happening in Ohio. And Texas, Florida, and South Dakota governors refuse lockdowns as coronavirus resurges. The governors will not lock down and hurt families who can afford to shelter in place for 6 weeks. a spokesperson for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said. The governors of Texas, Florida, and South Dakota said they have no plans of shutting down their states as a new wave of coronavirus cases sweep the country. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said in an interview there won't be any more lockdowns. In the state, he wants to focus on working to heal those who have COVID so they can leave the hospitals and get back to their normal routines, the Texas Tribune reported. A spokesperson for the governor told NBC News on Wednesday that Abbott's plan to slow the spread of coronavirus will rely on the data-driven hospitalization metrics used by doctors and medical experts. As of Wednesday, Texas had over 1.1 million cases and 20,274 deaths related to coronavirus, according to the data compiled by NBC News. And the state has seen a 47% increase in cases over the past 14 days. So that is a lot of cases. But Texas, Florida, and South Dakota are saying they're keeping their state out of lockdowns. Alright. And the possibility of a new stay-at-home order looms in LA County as coronavirus cases surge with more gatherings. In a news conference on Wednesday, Los Angeles County officials reiterated their warning of another stay-at-home order, and the rate of increase in coronavirus cases and hospitalizations in the region continues into December. Authorities had already announced limits on hours and occupancy for businesses effective Friday, but with the Thanksgiving holiday just a week away, the country's top health officer underscored the need to stop the community transmission of the virus to avoid further pandemic restrictions. Here's the latest from the LA County officials. The county reported a daily average of more than 2,800 coronavirus cases over the 5-day period, a threefold spike over the last month. According to the LA Times analysis, more than 1,100 people were hospitalized with COVID-19. The county said that's more than 40% increase from 2 weeks ago. The last time hospitalizations exceeded 1,100 was in late August, according to the Department of Public Health. The more recent spike can be traced back to community transmission of the coronavirus in late October, Health Services Director Dr. Christina Gailey said on Wednesday. The county also released a graph showing jumps in the number of cases that coincide with businesses reopenings as well as celebrations of the Lakers and Dodgers championship wins in October. Amid the flu season, Gailey also urged residents to get immunized, if they haven't already, to save hospital beds for COVID-19 patients. So there's new limits on businesses and outdoor gatherings effective Friday, November 20th. The latest surge in cases and hospitalizations prompted officials on Tuesday to announce new limits on businesses starting at the end of the week. The county wanted to provide them 3 days to make operational changes. County Health Director Barbara Ferris said, "I think there's a respectful way to move this forward," she said. "I'm going to say the changes that are under each individual's responsibility should happen right now." And those are the changes for LA County. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more news. And pray for all these people who are getting COVID or who have to deal with the shutdowns of schools and now have to reschedule everything to try to get their kids to have proper care while they're at work. So much going on with all these cases. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more news, and see you guys next time. God bless.